Okay, as part of our renovation projects, we have our stair treads, which I'm going to be finishing now. I am outside. The highway is right there, so there's going to be lots of cars going by, so I'll try to speak quickly between them. I'm going to sand lightly with some 220 on the stair treads, with the green, of course. That's my garbage bag there. I'm going to be using the Java gel stain. See how dark that is? It's what I used on my dining room table. And I believe these are, I want to say oak, but I'm not sure. But they're going to be pretty dark. They're going to almost be impossible to see the grain afterwards. And I have a General Finishes top coat to put on them when I'm done. Yeah, it's way too deep. I'm never going to get it all out. I just went inside to wet my cloth so I can just make sure there really is no dust. Should dry pretty quick. It actually says on here not to sand it with anything finer than 150 grit and then remove dust, but I want a nice smooth step, so yeah, I think we should be fine. It's nearly dry. Okay, let's get this stain ready. This one's almost full. I only went through one can doing my table, 2 9-foot church pews that go with the table, so the table is about 9 feet long, and the bathroom vanity for a double sink upstairs. It lasted a long time. It's sort of like goop. It's supposed to be a little less lumpy goop, more like pudding. It is hard to stir when it is full. It has a bit of an odor, but I did all my other projects inside, so it's not too bad. It does have, oh, I'm spilling it over the rim. Try to use that up first. Okay, actually what I'll do, I'll notice the edge of my can's a bit dusty, so I don't want to use this one. Okay, that's why I have a garbage bag. And it's also why I have gloves, which I think I need to put on now. Okay, I'm wearing my gloves. I got a clean rag. And here we go. And a mosquito. These zebra mosquitoes are kind of crazy. The white and the black legs. Don't see anything quite like it. My husband had pre-marked the top and the bottom, but I'm going to do all the edges here, and they don't really see them. There, just from the stir stick, I've already done quite a bit at the top here. Make sure to have no marks that go against the grain. There. Now we'll dip in a little more. Find a wet spot here. Make sure you always go with the grain. And you're going to see a little overhang under the bull nose, so make sure I get underneath a little bit too. Pretty much looks dry when it's just even right now. Where that little nick is, I'll make sure inside the nick gets some stain as well. One down, 4 to go. Actually, I'll probably do the edges a little bit more since it really sucked up over here. Okay, we're looking good. I'm going to set my rag on the paint can lid. Since it's already got stain on it, and my rag's stained, and it's a place to put it. This is why you need to wear gloves. This is definitely why you need to wear gloves. Otherwise it's very hard to get off your hands. Okay, so I sanded down the rest of my wood. I kind of did it over here to keep the dust from going to my good one. And even then I found the dust kind of went over there, so then I moved over to here to do the last one. But I wiped it down with my wet paper towel. And I did notice there was a few dust flakes here, so I went and I wiped it down with my paper towel, and I didn't even get any stain, like it's already dry. So you can, like it feels a bit damp, like the wood is being saturated, but you can still wipe off anything, dust or whatever you get on there. See, I got some from the edge. The edge of it I put pretty thick on the end there. So I got a little just now from the edge. Okay, so I have this little table outside. There's 4 of these tiles in it. I'd used it today to film and I had my camera sitting on it. And I thought it'd be a great idea to try stenciling on the tile. So I picked up that stencil on Amazon from Clear Scraps. And it's a 12 by 12 tile. And last year I painted our camper and I used fusion paint. So you start by putting the Ultra Grip on the bottom. So it's like your base coat. And then I'm going to cover the top with ash. And then I'm going to get my white paint, also my fusion, which is on the bin, and my little pouncers, and I'm going to do that stencil. So the base will be gray, and where the openings are, that'll be white. Okay, so since I am short a paint tray, I'm going to just pour this on.
On that?
Annika's going to watch. Are you watching your Paw Patrol with your dirty face?
Yeah.
I haven't opened this in a year, so it's not too sealed up. We'll do a little dip, dip, dip.
Dip, dip, dip.
Now when I did the camper, I put this on the table. Okay, it doesn't work as well with this big, thick foam roller, but it was the only one I had. It is covering just because the roller's dry and that wasn't very much liquid. It's interesting and really press hard. Yeah, put a little more on. Just get my roller a little bit more saturated too. There we go. Doesn't take a lot. Scrape it off the container.
You're painting one?
What?
You're painting one?
I'm painting it, yeah.
You're the painting one?
I'm painting one, yeah.
You need more.
No.
Right there.
You saw I missed a spot?
Yeah. You
Okay.
missed this spot.
I missed it. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, don't touch. Uh-oh is right. Okay, you're gonna have to slide that over. Mommy's moving this tile. Slide over your phone. I think it's not going to work with you sitting there. Huh? Yeah, I use these old placemats because they're stained something wicked, so they're not good for anything else except, you know, drop cloth for the table or whatnot. Okay, next tile. I chose this table because there's only 4 tiles. My big table outside, I think it has, I'm going to say 12. So if this works well, I might do that table. That table actually, I think it has like 3 cracked tiles in it, so I need to replace them anyway. And if I can't get the same ones, as long as I guess the texture stored the same, then it won't matter because I'm going to paint them up. And I also have these 2 side tables that the wind knocked over the ladder and cracked some tiles. And the 2 neat tiles. But the funny thing is, I didn't measure these, but they look like they're 12 by 12. Of course, the other ones did too, but they're not. So I bought some 12 by 12 tiles to put in them, but they're just a smidge too big. They're more like 11 by 11 or something. This tile's a bit still damp from when I washed them. I washed them all. I made a spray cleaner I used for the table, so it's a bit food safe. Not that it matters, but these are pretty grimy outside, so I sprayed them with that and wiped them with paper towel, then I rinsed them all off with water.
No more squares.
No more squares.
Just 2 of them.
Yeah,
You
like
do
tons of
this.
little bubbles in this one.
You do this one.
Hopefully they all pop.
Uh-oh. You think you missed off the bubbles?
You got chocolate in your face?
Blah.
Silly. Your little puppy ears, get a little Nutella face.
So, point of view.
Is this a new router? I thought I said you can take it out of the package.
Yes. It's a small one. It's easy to handle. The other ones that I have, they're larger. They go in driver tables, and I like them better there. But for doing stuff like this, the lighter ones.
So I bought myself one of these Razcog carts at IKEA, and I was using it in my laundry room for cleaning stuff. And I thought, hey, that'd be a great idea to have one of these for my husband's tools. So I got another one. And I also got one for the kids' art supplies up in their bedroom, because I've seen lots of people take IKEA Razcogs and turn them into, you know, art trolleys or something. So here we are today. I don't even know what day it is. I have no idea what day we started this project. But the wall is built. It's been crack filled, and it needs, I think, 1 more sanding. And then it'll be ready for primer. I have already done the stair treads outside. So GJ's doing the railing cap, and he's routering some nice nice curves here so nothing gets a splinter or gets something sharp on it. You're gonna do all 4 corners, right? So there's the edge here, and then the other 2 on the other side. And my suggestion was just to notch out the back and just place it down over top. So we'll see if that works or not. And I'm gonna stain it the same as the stairs, which are outside drying.
Hop.
Hi, you hopping like a bunny?
Hop, 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 hop. Hop, 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 hop. Hop, 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 hop.
Your cute bunny slippers.
Hop, hop, hop. The hop, hop, hop. The hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop.
Wonderful. I'm opening up the gray paint. Now, this probably would have been easier a different way. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm trying to use this roller, but I don't have a tray for it. Try not to make too big a mess. It's probably enough paint to do 3 tiles. maybe I'll use this tile as my palette here. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll use this tile as the palette to paint the other tile. Okay, how's that going now? That wasn't too much paint, actually. I might need a second coat, depending on how well this adheres, that first coat.
Those. What are those? What are those? What are those?
Brushes. Hey, now little girl, you're in my way a little bit. There we go. One tile done. Okay. Got one tile done on the second one. Nice even coat of gray. This is how you do it when you have no paint tray. And when you have kids around, you close it every time in case there's an accident. This is the Fusion paint and the color is Ash. I used it in my camper on the table, and except for the rubber edge on the table, which when you fold the camper down, it got kind of the paint get brushed off because it was just rubber anyway, and it also gets really wedged in tight, so it didn't last on the edge, but it lasted on the tabletop for all of our camping with the 3 kids and everything else. Okay, 3 down. Don't even know if I need any more paint for the other one. And this is why we protect our table. Actually, it would have wiped right off with the wet cloth, so, which would be impossible now on the fabric, but it would have been fine with this little wet paper towel. There, 4 tiles done with a base coat of Ash. Next will be to do the stencil in white. Okay, so I forgot to do the footage of me putting the stencil on, but I used my little pouncers with the white paint from Fusion, which is it's called Picket Fence. That's what I used. And all I did, I opened the cap and there was a little plastic thing you peel off. I only used the paint on the thing you peel off. That's how little paint I use, so it is in essence a full jar. Now I have the clear Topcoat matte wipe on poly. So I'm going to put that on now. Okay, so I just poured a little bit on. And I'm just brushing it in around the edges. Squirt a little bit more on here. Don't need much. I just did these, so my stencil was actually pretty dried on. I figured, well, if the stencil's got that much dried on white paint, then probably they are dry enough to do. So I stenciled all 4, then I came back to put the poly on the top one. The first one, I mean. There's one down. It's going to be a matte finish. It's got a very minor shine to it. It's hard to see. Right now there's no direct light on it, but when it's dry and out in the sun, we'll be able to see.